back airs, by the bells, and it was almost saddening because like if he had kind of snuck under maybe a down tilt or a dash attack, even to get Pac-Man off his footing, he could go right back to those back airs that we talked about.
Right.
But until he gets to that point, it doesn't seem that he could change anything about like those hydrants, those bears, those bells, and even those fair call-outs that he was doing, because fair was pretty fast with it.
Right. Well, on the other hand, like he's still in losers. He does have another chance to come back into grand finals.
And learn from that.
Yeah, he can learn from that. He can realize, hey, I made some mistakes. I'm gonna fix those.
Yeah.
Other than that, like good on Zio for adapting to
The first game, yeah, because he was allowing him to just do what he wanted.
Right.
And he was like, wait a minute, I don't have to do that anymore. I got tools.
Yeah.
you deal with the tools, and then if you get past that, you can fight me. But until you got past all these other things, you're going to have to earn it before I just let you push me on the ledge.
Okay. So we're going to have Deity versus Game & Watch. Now, Mr. Mumu is confident in this matchup. He does think that this is one of Deity's worst matchups.
What kills me is Mr. Mumu thinks Game & Watch is a top 5 character, and he may be.
I don't
think so, though.
He's not top 5.
But I don't have the results to disprove him, other than the fact that Meister is the only real Game & Watch doing anything. Gimmer, kinda.
Gimmer is not even like a.
Not even. Yeah. So Meister's the only real one doing anything. But I wouldn't say that you could use him as the example of Game & Watch being top 5.
I mean, we do have other Game & Watches like Snickodorf on the West Coast, and we have other Game & Watches like Disjaya and Dingus Joe, which are also in MVDA.
Yeah,
MVDA.
But are they making top 50
They're
wins?
not. They're not.
Yeah.
It's pretty much just Meister at this point.
Which is great. Weiss just proven that the character is definitely capable.
Yeah.
Yeah, the character is definitely capable. But to say that he's a top 5 or a top 10, it's going to take a lot more than that. Now, seeing if Mumu can prove that against Bobby's DDD will be a great trap.
I'm going to tell you right now, this is what Mr. Mu's going to do. He's not even going to approach. He's like, hey, my bacon beats everything you want to do.
Yeah, his bacon's going to be the Gordos. His bacon's going to be anything on ledge.
Right.
But he's got to get him to ledge first.
Right.
And now, he's doing some great jobs with the fact that they added the reflect to the bucket. That's definitely going to help him during this matchup and any time that he thinks that there's a Gordo on the way.
Yeah.
But the issue is once he gets called out for that once, that could cost him the stop.
Okay. So he, smart with the inhale. Not even he probably thought that he was going to inhale with the Gordo.
Yikes.
That's rough.
Like I said, it all started with that inhale earlier, pushed him off the stage. It's going to cost him a lot if he relies purely on bucket. Now, he does have those other multi-hits that he has if they're strong enough to beat through the Gordo.
Back air is not strong enough.
Back air is not strong enough. Fair is definitely not going to. I don't think Nair can with its multi-hits.
I think it's just back air that can't, because the fair, the explosion will knock it back, and the initial hit, when he actually drops the bomb, has a hitbox as well.
But will it not? Doesn't it take about 3%? Will that?
I know for a fact because I've played against the DD earlier today.
Yeah,
so
and the fair will. Okay. So he does have the fair to do it. I don't know about the Nair, but at least he does have fair as an option. To throw that out, he does have the breakfast sausages.
Yeah.
Trying to go for a hard call out with that down smash. I don't even think it would have killed DDD at that percent though. Getting anti-aired, trying to land on his head. That being a solid disjoint.
So you see, as I said before, the dropping hitbox of the fair, he kind of, it doesn't combo into it, but a lot of people get hit from the 2 hits of the forward air. You don't want to get hit by that. It's not a true combo, not even close. But a lot of people not knowing that, they will get hit by both of the hitboxes.
This might
together.
be it. DDD's multi-dab is actually pretty strong. I know it's up there. It's not as strong as Bowser Jr.'s, but it is quite nifty. And with Game & Watch being one of the lighter characters, he's not going to be able to live a long time. Yikes. So I think... Oh, that was cute. That little bucket was cute.
Yeah, he didn't need to do that.
He didn't need to do that. Yeah, it was cute. Now, with him being in this position, I'd like to see some of that edge guarding we talked about. There we go. Strong turtle.
I wouldn't inhale there. Because you're going to suck Game Watch even closer to the blast zone with you.
And that's just going to hurt you.
You're going to die even earlier.
Ooh, was that fair into jab? That got him a solid bit of damage.
I didn't know the fair tripped, but I guess it does.
Oh, this man said, I'm going to get breakfast real quick. An apple a day keeps this penguin away. That is the 3rd time he's gotten hit by both hits of that fair as he's getting crossed up. And I think it's because he's trying to anti-air instead of getting underneath him. Like he's trying to approach him in the air as well.
If you want to get around both those hits of fair, just air dodge, just attack the bomb away.
Ooh! Ooh!
That's a thing, I guess.
Ooh.
That
So
was, oh,
what made that cute was the fact that if the Gordo didn't hit towards DDD, the Gordo definitely could have hit away from him. He knew, though,
Yeah.
that he was on the inside of that hitbox and went ahead and threw that dash attack.
yeah. But even if he wasn't, he was just going to reset the situation because the Gordo would have sent the outside.
way.
Yeah, he would have been even
He
further
didn't
off
really
stage.
have much to lose with that.
No.
And God forbid he hit the Gordo back into DDD, into the dash attack, back into Game & Watch.
Yeah, right.
So I think that was some solid edge guarding without even leaving the ledge.
Nah.
I think he thought that through. Bobby definitely thought that one through.
Well, then again, that's DDD's strong suit. He has those really strong edge guards. He doesn't even need to leave the stage.
He doesn't need to leave the stage. Now, I am very curious what he'll do about that. I would love to see Moo camp a little bit more with breakfast sausages because he can't jump on his head. He's going to get massive damage from the juggles there.
And as I said earlier, when Bobby Fabulous was playing Zio, you really just want to keep DDD above you and in disadvantage and just keep juggling him. And I do think that Game & Watch's up air and nairs, they do that so well.
They do that amazingly well. I'd also like I said, more breakfast sausages to beat out those Gordos. He can't jump over it. It'll be done by the time the move is over.
Oh, right, yeah, because you can just react. You can stop baking
you
him
can
and
stop.
then just nair him or up air them away. Like, it's pretty easy to react to
And then
DDD's
God forbid he up B's out of it. You're never catching him then. So the DDD doesn't have the speed for that. Ooh, almost called him out. Now, I don't think he'd get too much off of eating the bacon.
No.
Like spitting it back out.
Because you're just going to keep throwing bacon, and the bacon's just going to collide with the other bacon, and it's just going to disappear.
Wow,
But
solid. That up smash was a little bit fraudulent. Barely tapped him, but it definitely still got the sweet spot on him.
Did Mr. Moo down air onto the platform?
He did down air. He didn't
don't want it,
shield
yeah.
after that. I think that's what kind of messed him up is he didn't block after his down air. And that's like the 8th time he got hit by that fair. I thought that move, I mean, it's decent. That Gordo just like bounced. He's going to have to do something about that, though. He's got to either nair, I think, to beat out the bomb. He's got to do something to approach without getting crossed up on those.
A lot of times, because he's such a fast follower, he lands before the bomb even hits him. I feel like he has time to shield. I'm not sure, though. It's DDD. It's a little weirder because he's heavier and he's a super fast follower.
He better be happy that hammer was a 5 and not a 9 because that was definitely the game.
Right.
Yo.
So
he had that read and did a little too much charge because I think he would have definitely killed him with a regular forward smash.
I will say that I really like this counter pick from Mr. Moo. The slants don't let the Gordo setups work. Like the Gordo is going to land on that slant right there, and it's going to fly away. And you don't even have to worry about it at that point.
This was a great option, and I think. Ooh, is that the chair? That is the chair.
The chair's really strong.
Chair is really strong. Have a seat, my friend.
The frame 8 kill move, I'll take it every single time. It went over the bucket. It
That's
went over
insane. It bonked him on his head, and I'd be disappointed too because if he threw out another hitbox to try and beat it, it might have done a little bit better than just trying to reflect it. And I think he's kind of set on reflecting it.
The 8 is super good for just setting up juggle situations because you can just keep hitting them and rack up that damage. It's like a good old combo starter, but tries to nair him to catch the landing option from Moo. But
at this point, there's nothing DDD could do. Wow, he headbutted his hand.
That's so big. That's
He
such a big
headbutted his
hitbox.
hand.
He tried to go for the grab, and he's like, hey, I got iframes on this
I got iframes on this. And I don't know what it is for Smash Ultimate, but I know in Smash 4, it was frame 2 on the invincibility on that.
Yeah, so in this game, it's only while the hitbox is active, rather than the entire.
Thank God,
it got
because that
it got
used
nerfed.
to set. I'd be like, yo, what?
Yeah,
Because people would talk about Mario's, and I was like, yo, don't worry about Mario's. What about this dude?
Yeah,
this 2D dude.
In Smash 4, you could just spam that at neutral, and you're kind of like,
couldn't
what do I
anything about
do?
it.
Yeah, like,
you couldn't do anything about it. So, I mean, it's still definitely a solid kill option, especially after the berry. If you can get a down smash berry or if you can get a hard call out on somebody trying to get on your head, I like that, especially after juggling for a while. People get antsy and try to land on you.
Yep.
And that up smash will definitely get them all day. Game Watch is almost short enough so that it hits a lot of people like in front of him instead of just being an anti-air. It's like a solid option, even if they're on both sides of you.
Yeah, absolutely. I will say also the up smash is actually decently safe on shield, especially if it's spaced. A lot of people try to grab me, or just Game Watch in general, out of shield when they get up smash out of shield. doesn't work. They're gonna get hit right back away from it because it has so little end lag that it's just a crazy move.
Which is actually quite surprising. You wouldn't think somebody who's just a 2D video game would have such good frame data. But I guess he's literally just frames. So that's all this character is. He's not really much of a model. Mr. Mumu identifying with the. Did that just?
He hit the Gordo hit the frying pan hitbox. It looked like.
What I would love to see more breakfast sausages from Mumu. Not only for the fact that it walls DDD out, but it's gonna block the. Oh goodness gracious, Lord!
If you charge that a little bit more,
it'd have been the shield.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. Okay.
Good tech.
Bad option. I don't know what he was trying to punish. I think maybe he thought he would jump after getting back on the stage. But that ended up costing him quite a lot. Ooh, breaking free. Breaking free with the down air there and walling him back out.
Yeah, he realized that Bobby Fabulous is just going to jump out of disadvantage every time. He's trying to catch those jumps with the up air, which is definitely a good option because it just keeps him juggled.
You know, what I liked about the edge guard is that it almost cost Mumu the stock. Like, Game & Watch doesn't often have to go past too far before he's like, ah, crap, I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
But, like, that was getting really close to, oh, crap, I got to get out of here type distances, and it ended up being a reward for him. He committed to his edge guard, which not too many people do against DDD just because DDD's got great recovery.
Yeah.
He's also trying to fight his way back down and it's not going too well. So, okay.
I feel like he might have wanted to up-beat into the Gordo, but it doesn't even matter because he got the downer caught.
Yeah, and I that's the third time I think that he's caught him with these up smashes in this set because I don't know if he's just respecting his anti-air options.
Well, Mr. Mumu, as well as every Game & Watch, has a bad habit of just down airing from disadvantage. Just
because.
Yeah, but
because typically it can't be punished because of the shockwave on it. But I think that Bobby's doing a great job of making sure he waits his turn.
Yeah, the up smash is bigger than the down air hitbox. So he's just like, hey, I'm going to hit you with the bigger hitbox, I'm going to kill you.
Big ol' hitbox.
Right.
Now, the issue will come into play is if Mumu starts to get a little antsy trying to get this last stock. Because he's not going to be able to get that same edge guard. Ooh, but that's a great option. That's a great option going for the up smash with the read.
Yeah,
he's going to have to tack on some damage. Yeah, he's going to have to tack on some damage and be patient real quick.
I mean, I don't know why he stops doing bacon. I mean, if you feel like
what would DD do? What would DDD do against it? Like,
if he jumps, then you just drop bacon and then you just start naring. And then, I don't know. I feel like
ooh,
that worked. He was in that much hit stun that he was able to combo off of that.
It was not only the hit stun, but it was the way that Gordo hit him. Again, the Gordo came on the back side of his head, so it hit him towards DDD instead of typically hitting him away, which just knocked him into the down smash. So it again was a little fraudulent because it was like, yo, it's the way that it hits him. But nonetheless, even if Bobby had missed, and it had sent him away, he just goes right back to the same situation. So he didn't lose anything from it. He gained quite a bit.
Yeah.
Mumu having a couple pockets. It seems very solid in this Game & Watch. I think he did a little more bacon.
I do think that Game & Watch is really good in this matchup. I know he thinks that Game & Watch is really good in this matchup. So we will go to Yoshi's. The only down... I do think that it's good for juggling. I do think this is one of Game & Watch's best stages. The only thing is the blast zones are so small. He gets hit by a down smash at 70, he's dead.
It's going to be it.
Yeah.
It's going to be it. I actually didn't even know Yoshi's was legal here. Is it considered Battlefield or is it a different stage?
It's a counter pick. It's a different stage, yeah.
Okay, cool. I should have known. I should have used that earlier.
Yeah, both Yoshi's are legal, yeah.
But, the cool part is if he can wall him out.
That's not safe. Not versus you.
I think he got a little greedy. I think he got a little bit greedy when he was doing those because he had him out of it. He could have just did the last hit, but then he started doing the rapid dab more. Not falling for the same tricks, but the up tilt gonna be able to get him out of that situation.
Those downers can be scary. He faded away, luckily, but Bobby Fabulous is ready for the punish, but didn't get it quite.
Breakfast the wrong way. Looks like this man meant to go to Denny's, but went to IHOP. He turned it in the wrong direction. Ooh, calling him close with it. That could have been really bad for the DDD there. Bobby getting a little too risky with trying to make sure he doesn't end up in the situation that he's in now.
No tech on that wall tech.
Okay, okay, he's out of the jumps. I would like to see a more.
Okay.
Yikes! I feel like he let him get it back a little too easy. Now he can keep doing breakfast sausages right here,
right,
and take it. Smart move. Smart move.
That covers a lot of options.
That covered a lot of the options there because he couldn't get up, he couldn't throw Gordo, he was just going to get hit by E.
Right. Speaking of Gordo.
Speaking of Gordo, don't forget about. You know what I like about DDD players? No matter whether the Gordo gets hit back at the, no matter whether the Gordo gets reflected, pocketed, or whatever, they're still going to throw the Gordo.
Oh, of course, yeah.
There's no like, we're not going to use projectiles in this matchup. That's all I got.
Yeah, like
that's all I got, and I'm sticking to it. I don't care if you reflect it. I don't know what DDD would be without Gordos. What was the days when he had a Waddle D? No.
I miss that. I miss Brawl DDD. That was my Brawl main. Man, I want Waddle Ds back.
You want the Waddle Ds back? I think
Waddle
the DDDs are happy. Ooh, so that's a solid. What are the apples? The apples feel about 7 each.
About, yeah.
Ooh.
Not quite. Not the sweet
not
spot.
Just yet. Not just yet.
Sweet
I
spot.
think it might have killed if it was sweet spot. It's because of the amount of rage. He just got sat on. He sat him down. You know, DDDs, that's a big boy. You can't handle picking him up. Game Watch doesn't have strong bones. He's not muscular.
The first or second time that Bobby Fabulous actually went for that high recovery to land on him.
So he probably didn't see it coming.
Yeah, Mr. Moo was not ready for that.
But if he could have only parried it, I think Mr. Moo always has to be a little bit on his. I didn't even know that forward tilt paddle weak hit ons. To be honest with you, I didn't even know that baby, that little sour spot that he just had.
The late hitbox is a little bit weaker.
Well,
that's gonna heal.
Yeah, that explodes. Solid last game though. If Bobby is able to take it, but Mumu seems to be adapting. He's got one more time to shield that forward smash at ledge before he knows that he can charge it a little bit longer. I don't think he got hit by the shockwave because otherwise he would have definitely got that shield busted.
He's throwing out these up tilts. Up tilt is a really strong combo starter for Game & Watch, but the hitbox is so small that like good luck hitting it.
Yeah. I mean, if he can get it more power to him, like that, he's going to be able to get that. But at the same time, we called him out again. Stop landing on my head.
Yeah.
I've got an up smash. And his defense.